Well, it's the biggest occasion of the year. It's the blue ribbon in schools rugby, the Coca-Cola Munster Senior Schools Cup Final, St Patrick's Day at a packed Thomond Park, and it should be another great occasion. Two schools that know each other pretty well. St Munchin's from Limerick, the presentation team in black and white, come out onto the field, led by their captain David Daly. It's hard to call. You don't know which team are the favourites. It's hard to know. St Munchin's were impressive on the lights in their semi-final. Presentation pulled out that bit of extra against Rockwell in theirs. And to be honest with you, it's going to be very tight, very close here. The terrific atmosphere at the Spiritual Home here in Limerick. An overwhelming home support, as you would expect for the St Munchin's team. Out into the field they come to. Big applause here from the main stand. A lot of pressure on these young lads. What a game we have in store though. It's always a great final. It's always a great game of rugby, the Coca-Cola Munster Schools Senior Cup. And prestigious, well, it doesn't get more prestigious than this. Let's take a look at St Munchin's line-out. They've got Hartigan, Daly, Ashyoung, Cogan, Maloney and Wayne Murphy with Tony Cahill as from half. Then you've Foster, Slattery, Cotter, Meade, and you've Fergus Walsh, the captain, Mulvane, Cross and Gardiner in the back row. Presentation, getting ready to prepare himself for the start of this match. Line out as follows: Evan Ryan, David Ward, Gleeson, Kelleher, Carey, Dunne and Cronin. Then you Philpott, O'Halloran and O'Leary, Kenefick, and at number 5 you have Ronan O'Leary. Then you've David Daly, the captain, Fitzgibbon, and at number 8 you have Des Prendergast. So referee today is Mr. Peter Roach from the Munster Association of Referees. Munchin's will get us underway from left to right in the familiar blue and red. Presentation right to left in the familiar black and white. Black kind of a kick really, easy one for the Pres pack to deal with. You expect the ball to go high, and Pres have dealt with that well and managed to form her up. Out the line it goes, just a tight little pass inside to the number 8. Des Prendergast, ball is there again. Oh, it's gone through the legs of the number 12 there, Alex Kelleher, but he's recovered well, presents the ball back, it's there. Sam Cronin gives it back to his out half Gavin Dunne, and Dunne's kick is deep, it's awkward, but it's still in play. It's inside the 22, so a relieving kick coming up for Munchin's from John Paul Hartigan. And it's a quick line out taken immediately by presentation. There's a real sense of nervous tension under the main stand here in around the dressing room area before the match. Quite a lot of shouting and screaming going on from the dressing rooms, as you'd expect. It's an awful lot of psyching up, and the school pressure on top of everything else would have been phenomenal in the build up to this final. So I'm sure both sets of players just relieved to get out on the pitch. It's a safe, solid kick into touch for presentation. It will be a line-out ball for the Cork team. This Cork school have been very much one of the dominant forces in this competition, along with their main rivals CBC in Cork. But it's all about PBC today, and it's all about St Munchin's, who will look to continue on that great vein of form we saw in their semi-final game. The ball is back inside. It's with Prez on the attack inside the Munchin's half. Good movement here, out the line it goes. Little break inside, good pass through. Finds its way inside to Myles Carey. Carey keeps the ball alive, but can't keep in touch. And it will be line-out ball for St Munchin's. Good move out the line from Prez, not afraid to throw the ball about. Neat little passing movements. Nice little fake here from Evan Ryan. Eventually finds it through to Carey. Carey looks to bring it in. Pulled into touch. Scrum will be to St Munchin's. Cal to feed it in. Well, it goes down, but it's now a ruck according to the referee. Back it goes. Chance for a relieving kick, but the whistle has gone. The referee blowing the whistle before the kicker came from Wayne Murphy, and it will be another scrum. So just a little bit of confusion early on. The noise level is quite incredible here in the main stand. It really is loud. So again, it's not the best of scrums, but Munchin's do manage to cover it. Kick over the top by Tony Cahill. Well taken in the air by Evan Ryan. Ryan goes with the big Gary Owen up and under, drops dangerously into the Munchins 22. Mark called and taken by the full-back, John Paul Hartigan. And Hartigan sure to kick to touch on the far side, unless maybe he's got a running movement in his mind. He has. He's sensibly gone inside. But that kick, not the best. And possession handed back to Prez just outside the Munchins 22. Still no score here in this Munster Schools Senior Cup final. The reward is phenomenal in school terms. In rugby terms, one of the most anticipated events of the season. St Patrick's Day wouldn't be the same without this particular cup final. Line-out ball is for presentation. It's in the hand of hooker Dave O'Halloran. Well, he's got a couple of ideas. He's going to go to number 4 on the line. Quick little pass, nice little work from Sam Cronin out the line. Little pass inside from the out half Gavin Dunne, but well watched by Munchins. Good pressure and holding the offence according to referee Mr. Peter Roach. Penalty will be the decision. It's gone to the team from Limerick, St Munchins. It's another safety first kick. Not a lot of ground game, but well into touch. Could have gone a little further down the line, but wasn't willing to risk it. It's right on the Munchins 10, and it will be a Munchins line out. Jared Slattery will make his way over. The hooker ready to feed this line in. See how Munchin's doing the set pieces. That's a very good line out indeed. Well taken at the back by Fergal Walsh, the captain, as Munchin's drive over their own 10, gain about 3 or 4 metres. Ball is there. Little kick over again from Tony Cahill. This time the accuracy not so good. Straight into touch it goes. There will be a line out back, and the line out will be to Prez. So back within a metre or two of the Munchins 10-metre line, and I think that they're going to have to vary a little bit more. St Munchins give away possession cheaply there. Ball's there, good taking line from Prez, fed into the hands of the number 8 Des Prendergast, who drives forward. It's a ruck now. Out the line it goes from Cronin to Dunne. Dunne flicks it outside, and he's got support there with Gleeson. Out the line it goes again. There's a break on the far side from David Ward. Ward looking to break inside the 22. He's got room if he can get into the corner. He can! It's an opening try of the afternoon. He's gone under the posts, and it's presentation that have broken the deadlock here at Thomond Park. St Munchins 0, Presentation Brothers College 5, and a superbly worked try. All the way out the line it went, and it went at a great speed. Munchin's a bit flat here, but when the ball found its way out towards the number 14 David Ward, he sewed beautifully, dropped the right shoulder inside the 22. No chance whatsoever for Fintan Cross, the number 7, to get hold of him, and he brought it in for an easy kick for the conversion. So conversion attempt to come. That's a nicely struck kick. Over it goes, and Presentation extend the lead to 7 points to 0. And it was definitely coming. We saw it on this near wing. It didn't happen on that occasion. On the far wing it did. Scrum ball for Presentation. 7 points, you would imagine. It's a lot in the game this tight. Ball's kicked towards halfway, over the 10. Bounces in no man's land. It's not the nicest of bounces. It's a very awkward ball to deal with, but in the end it's the winger, Frankie Daly, that does well, and he's a big winger, stays on his feet long enough for his forwards to get in support. Ajong has it, drives towards the 10, leaves it there. Ball is with Munchins. Back it goes from Cahill. Support out the line, a kick from Wayne Murphy, looking to find the ball into the corner. Not the easiest of kicks to deal with either, but St Munchin's taking a little bit of, I suppose, praise from the fact that they've gained, and they'll take extra praise now because they've got a penalty. It's within kicking distance. Good pressure from the St Munchin's team, who really forced the issue there and put Prez under a real bit of pressure. So kick to come, it will be the boot of Wayne Murphy, the old half that will attempt it. You can see the offence again, holding the ball down, once in the tackle, twice in the tackle, referee in a good position. Penalty opportunity for St Munchin's. Wayne Murphy to narrow the gap to 4 points. Well, he's caught it a bit quick, but it's straight, it's true, and it's over. The flags are aloft, and St Munchin's have points on the board. It's St Munchin's College 3, Presentation Brothers College 7, and good response from St Munchin's. Munchins have it, bring towards their own 10. There's a quick pick and go, and they drive over halfway, almost over halfway. Great work again by the skipper, Fergal Walsh, showing the way forward here to his teammates, and they're responding to him. Ball is there for Munchins. Over halfway it is. Frankie Daly comes in, the big winger, brings in another 3 or 4 very tough meters forward. And it's going to be put into Munchins, and that's tremendous pressure and battling work from this St. Munchin's team. Turned defence into attack on a few occasions now, and the game is really set up for a classic. Lots of good competitive areas out there. And what's been most interesting is the loose ball has really been won and dominated by Munchins. Referee just coming to this side. So we'll see what's happening with the front rows. Opportunity to just make sure it doesn't collapse, because it is collapsing on this side. Watch it this time, funnily enough, it stays practically on his feet, as it always does. Up the line it goes. Here come Munchins. It's a clever little kick over the top from Wayne Murphy. Looks for the ball through. Tremendous covering rugby from St. Munchin's, but this time Prez have got it around and released it quickly, looking for the kick. The kick is a long one from Gavin Dunne. Inside the 22 it will roll. Lots of time for the full-back, John Paul Hartigan, to pick his spot. Goes for the kick. The relieving kick to touch. Finds touch. And it's still 7 points to 3 in favour of the Presentation Brothers College team. And our ball will be to PBC. Lead by 4. Haven't had it all the wrong way at all. I mean, as everyone anticipated it would be, a very tight, close encounter in this first half. Really set up for a fantastic final. It's been superb so far. Up it goes. Ball's flicked out the line, and here come Prez. They like to run it, Prez. Munchin's a bit more direct. They like to keep it tight with the front 8. The ball's there. It's gone loose and horribly almost knocked forward at the crucial moment. They're still alive for Prez. They're still with Cronin, and the kick through. It's half knocked down. That took the sting out of it. And Munchins have it. The full-back, John Paul Hartigan, getting a bit clobbered there. He's got support with his scrum half. Scrum half keeps the ball alive, and a nice release pass out by Tony Cahill. I don't know how he did it under the tackle, but he did, and he's back to release it back to his out half. And Wayne Murphy goes to find touch and does. Well inside the PBC half of the field, brings play inside the PBC 10. And as well as being a very competitive occasion, it is a celebration of the two schools, and a chance to really show their colours on a day like today. The way Munster Rugby is at the moment, it's a fantastic opportunity for these young players to be in the showcase. Munster management team present at the ground today. Ball's there. Pressure from Munchins, 5 metres out. This is going to be an important kick. And it's kicked it right across the field. It's the longest way to go. It won't find touch unless it gets a favourable bounce. And it's got the bounces of all bounces, but it still hasn't found touch. Kicked back up in the air again. Munchins go on the attack. Inside the 22, no mark called, and that could be a mistake by the scrum half. Sam Cronin, who's completely swamped down there, but good protection from his teammates. And this kick, well, that'll look to find touch on the far side, but Ajon keeps it in for Munchins, and Munchins now go on the attack. Well, Ajon decides to hold on to the ball, and that could be the wise move here. And Munchins look to break through, Prez look to turn it over. It's a bit scrappy, but Munchins maintain possession. Back inside it comes, it finds its way through towards Murphy, and who looks for support, and who gets support of unbelievably high standards from Fergal Walsh, the captain of the St. Munchin's team. Munchin's style so different to Prez. They like to keep it tight and use the forwards, make those tough little yards when it bursts around the side. The hooker tries to kick through, tries to be a little too clever, and it's won by Prez. A big turnover on their own 22. Well, it's time for no more. It's half time here at Thomond Park. It's been very tight but very interesting, and it's Munchins who trail at the moment to half-time. Half-time score, St. Munchin's 3, PBC 7. Line-out ball will be to Munchins. It's just on the PBC 22. I don't really know who to call before the game. I definitely don't know who to call at this stage, but I can tell you one thing. The St. Munchin's captain, the number 5, Fergal Walsh, has been inspirational for his school. and he has been the dictator in the Munchin's front eight. And pressure again has found PBC out, going in at the side, joining the maul at the side, joining the ruck at the side, diving in over the top. Penalty opportunity. There's got to be a chance to close this game to 1 point. There's a chance that the Munchin's number 10, Wayne Murphy, the out half, will relish. It's more pressure again. Munchin's go down, just looking for the bodies that are filing in. Well, they're going in at the side, there's no doubt about that. Bodies flying in all over the place, but at the same time, in Prez's defence, it was a pretty messy looking ruck. There's absolutely no doubt about it, but that is a very big miss for Munchin's, and it must have been within inches of scraping paint, of hitting the post, because it really was very close, and that could be crucial. How will Munchin's now respond to the missed penalty? It could have been a 1 point game. There's still 4 points between the sides. Prez lead by 7 points to 3. Munchin's look to drive it towards the 22 of Prez. Again, they don't look to run it up the line as much as they possibly should. They keep it tight. They do make ground, but there's no points coming from it at the moment. There's the captain again, driving his team forward. Now they're within 15 of the PBC goal line. Now's the time maybe to let the ball loose. There was a crunching tackle on the number 8 by David Gardiner. This ball is still there for Munchin's. Now the prop forward, Stephen Foster, goes driving forward, and they're within about 12. Now there's a big burst to within about 7 of the PBC line. This is good stuff, and Munchin's managed to keep it alive. Prez come driving through looking for the turnover ball, but it's still there for Munchin's, well protected. Now drops back to the scrum half, Tony Cahill. Cahill pops it inside. He's got support with the full back, John Paul Hartigan, goes driving in. It's gone loose and scrappy, and there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be against PBC, and referee Peter Roach just getting a little frustrated with some of the tactics being employed by Prez. And this definitely will be a very good kicking opportunity for Wayne Murphy. And a long chat with the captain of presentation, David Daly, about the tactics being employed. I think that could be a severe warning. Well, he's taken it a long way out, but he's got a very accurate boot on him, 99.9% of the time, and that is a superb kick on the pressure. And it's just 1 point between the two schools now. 6 points to St Munchin's, 7 to Prez. And what a final we have on our hands here at Thomond Park. It couldn't be tighter. So it's a little kick into the corner, and at a crucial stage of this final, Munchin's are starting to get on top. Referee just looking for numbers. Munchin's make their way over. They're in no great rush, just keeping cool heads on them at this stage. Munchin's 5 metres out, up it goes again. Quick little pop down from the captain, and Munchin's look to keep it tight. They've kept them all alive now. They're not gone to the ground yet. Here come Munchin's. They're looking to drive it over. Prez will need more bodies in there to stop it, because Munchin's have got a bit of momentum going here, and Prez have been driven back. Now it's a maul. Referee's got his arm out. It's going to be a penalty in any case. It's a burst around the side by the scrum half, the gutsy number 9, Tony Cahill, but he can't get to the line. Now there's a burst forward again. Is it going to be a try? Well, referee's position, you can see the ball, it's right on the line. And this is superb defence from Presentation Brothers College. They push back Munchin to nearly 5 metres from their own goal line. Now they look for the ball inside. It's a burst in by the number 6, Leonard Milan. Looks to drive in, but he can't get any purchase from the possession. Still there, little reverse pass inside. Breaking through, Declan Lavery looking to breach this line of defence from Prez. It's just not happening. They just won't get through. The defence is too good. Will Munchin's won't consider throwing it up the line. This is tremendous pressure, and Prez are up to it. Munchin's within inches. There's a try in the corner. A bit of space found its way to Fintan crossing the wing forward. Dived in. He's given Munchin's the lead for the first time in this final. Superb pressure, 11 points to 7. I thought Prez were going to hold out. It was constant pressure, but just keep your eye on the number 7. He's just off the action there from the ruck. As the ball pops loose, he's ready to pick it up. Here it comes. Picks it up in the corner, no argument, super try. Crucial, crowd on the feet. Conversion attempt to come. And this is a pretty important kick too. It's going to be Wayne Murphy, almost on the touchline, just outside the 22. Silence around the ground. He's kicking right into the sunshine. Well, he's kicked it well, but it's just drained off at the last second, so 11 points it remains to 7, and there's just a try. There's the trophy they're all going to be playing for, the famous cup. Can Prez come back? Prez looking to drive. A try, could see it, and Prez know it. They stepped it up against Rockwell in one semi-final. Can they step it up here in the final against a resolute, strong, very physical Munchin pack? Prez know the only answer is to get it wide, and wide they go. Ball's flicked out, crucial part of the game. A suspicion of offside there, but referee says play on. There was a hand in there. It's a penalty. It's right in front of the post. Decision time for Prez. I think they'll go for the points, because then they could be just within a kick. And everyone in this main stand predominantly supporting the team in red and blue, and that is of course St Munchin's, the home school, have gone into a kind of stony silence. Well, first off, I thought they were offside, and as you can see the hands are flying and they're trying to feed the ball back. I think it was the touch judge on this near side that made the decision for the referee. So this could make it a 1-point game, and with time dwindling here, it's crucial that these points are found for presentation. What a kick, absolutely met it on the meat. The flags are up, and there's a point between the teams now. 11 points to 10. A superb kick from Tom Gleeson. He did it in the semis against Rockwell. He's done it again. Time is the factor now. Line up ball for presentation. Prez have come behind, from behind on so many occasions. Can they do it here? Bursting through. Munchins, can they hold out as Prez drive towards the Munchins 22? A drop goal conceded here for presentation. They must be thinking about that. Back it goes. Didn't have enough time to get his boot on it, and has to spin around and loses a bit of ground and presents the ball back, and Munchins come piling forward, and they want a penalty. It's against Prez, and it's for coming in at the side, joining the ruck at the side, diving in from left and right, and it couldn't have come at a better time for St Munchin's. I don't think they'll want to kick this one into touch, or will they? They will. This could be the last kick of the match. It's all over. What a superb cup final. Drama here at Thomond Park as Munchins lift the Munster Senior Schools Cup with a dramatic 1-point victory over PBC from Cork. Exquisite rugby, superb tactics, and in the end just managing to hold on for a deserved victory here at Thomond Park. What a game of rugby it's been. 1 point between the two schools. St Munchin's 11, Presentation College 10. What a superb final, and the trophy will go into the hands of Fergus Walsh, the man of the match in my opinion, and the captain of St Munchin's School, who will celebrate this I'm sure for 12 months to come.
And so it gives me great pleasure to present the Munster Senior Schools Cup to Fergal Walsh on behalf